One.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome in. Yeah, found us once again. Shoot the Gap, the Rabbit Hole Fantasy Football Focus Show, here to help you to be gruntled with your fantasy football team and your fantasy football decisions. I am your humble host, Brian Amigo Baldwin, and it's my pleasure, my honor, to introduce, of course, Connor, the Gut Marshal. How you doing, Connor?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I am feeling a lot more calm than I was the last episode. You know what? I'm wearing my my Maverick glasses, and I'm 0-2 in 2 of my leagues, but I'm calm. It's going to be all right. I'm trusting the process.
That's why. Okay. The first. Just think of the first league. Whatever. You don't have to name which one it is. Why do you have hope in that league? Just one thing.
You know what's awesome, man, is the answer is the same in all 3 leagues. Okay. Josh Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
I think those 2 guys, and I have Pacheco. Those 3 guys are going to carry me to victory.
All right. It's now the 160th show, September 19th, in this hopeful year of our Lord, and we have a great show for you today. We'll be getting into some news, and of course talk about the waiver wire. Okay, we'll be talking about the start-sit for week 3. So we'll be talking about that not week 3, I should say, for Thursday night. For week 3, their first game of week 3, Thursday night. So we'll be talking about that. So there's a lot to unpack. So let's just jump right into it, man. Let's jump right into it. The games. Let's talk about the games, man.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah. I was with the pundits when they said, like, NFL, what are you doing? Why don't you back up the 2 games against each other? But there's something to be said about it. It was kind of cool that you didn't really have to watch a halftime. All that BS that happens during halftime, because when one team was in halftime, the other one was going, and then you could just switch over. So that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. So that was a nice little payoff, I think. Would you agree?
Yeah, most certainly.
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about the big thing. Let's just talk about the game. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, of course. Nick Chubb suffered a serious knee injury, cart off the field, ruled out afterward. Gonna have to have surgery. His knee's just messed up, man. I mean, we've all seen the pictures. The video from a fantasy doctor I saw about it. It was like, they have a model of a knee, right? They have a model. They go, okay, here's the model of the knee. And you usually see like the ligaments, right? And they're like, oh, well, this is the one that hurts, or this one back here. This dude was like, all of this is done, all of it. And so it's rough. He's going to be out for the year. The doctor did say, the one that I saw, did say that he could come back in about 12 or 15 months. So that backs us into next year. He's 27 now. He'll be 28, maybe 29. Depending. Close to 29, maybe.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of.
Yeah,
obviously, we're all hoping he comes back. We all love Chubb, but what's crazy is they were talking about he's been there since 2018, so he's been there a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's not a spring chicken in the eyes of our running back age.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about his replacement, Jerome Ford, when we talk about waiver wire, so we'll save it for that. But this might be what we heard all off season about how the Browns want to go more pass heavy. This might be it. This might be the key. So they might actually start leaning on all the receivers. So it's a good time to look out there, see if Njoku's on the wire. If he can get Elijah Moore cheap, because he hasn't really been performing well. He's been used a lot, but not really performing well. So that's one of those buy low guys. You could take a look at. Amari Cooper. What's your thoughts on Amari Cooper? Mr. Like fooled you. Oh, you thought I was gonna be out? Well, guess what? Fooled you. Yeah. I don't know, man. He did the Lance Armstrong, recycled his blood. I don't know what happened, but yeah, he went from out to in, and boy, was he in. He did a great job. He played well. If you're a Amari Cooper manager, man, does this encourage you, or does this make you feel like, okay, finally, I can sell high? Go out and let me go get Jamar Chase. From people that are freaked out about him. Or
Yeah, 100%. I would do that.
okay. So, but what I'm saying is just somebody. Well, yeah, that was a bad. That is a good trade. That was a good trade. Bad example, but good trade. Yeah, a good opportunity. So if you're listening,
Who else you could get?
you're welcome. Go do that. You're welcome.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm trying to say is, are you trying to actively trade him, or are you holding on and you're like excited, thinking, all right, I got my wide receiver one. I'm good.
I would try to trade him. I think that the Browns, the doc has Watson, and he was telling us some good stats today that Watson's throwing the ball a lot, but he's not doing it effectively. And I think the Browns are fucked. I think they're a shit franchise that's managed poorly, and they're fucked and out of luck. They lost their star running back. He's never going to be the same. He's never going to be as good as he was. They overpaid for Watson. Watson's never going to be as good as he was. And, their wide receiver room is middling to slightly above average at best whenever you think about how it averages out. I mean, Amari Cooper, yeah, he's great, but he disappears when you need him most. In Njoku, it's always like a could-be, would-be story, but he never seems to deliver. I'm not saying I don't believe in him as a prospect, but they don't have overwhelming amounts of data to back up set and forget trust.
On the other side, we're talking about the Steelers, man. A lot was being said about Pickens and Pickett and everything like that, and they disappointed. If there was like a deflated of hype, because there was a lot of hype in the offseason. You get to week 1, doesn't do well, so you bench Pickens. So let me ask you: I know you have Pickens, you have remorse.
I'm not trying to trade him. I'm starting him next week.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, if you're feeling good about Pickens, right? So he actually played. Let me see here. Let me go. Yeah, here we go. Pickens did 46. Yeah, 46 out of let's see here, 54 snaps. Yeah, so he was on the field a lot. He ran 30 routes, got 9 targets, led the team in targets. George Pickens did. Yeah, Calvin Austin the third was the one that replaced Deontay Johnson, but he only got 3 targets. Allen Robinson with his 3 also. So on the receiving side, you basically was like Pickens is the one that you're really excited about. You see the usage; he's out there all the time. He's the target leader. So why wouldn't you put out the target leader of a team, no matter the situation? So yeah, he's a wide receiver 2 and a extremely strong flex. Now what about Freiermuth? Talk about Freiermuth.
He didn't really do anything.
Yeah. He caught 2 passes for 5 yards over his last 3 games. Yeah, is the Muth contained? Is that what that is, dude? Yeah, man. Yeah,
I think he's just Muth at this point.
Okay.
I think he lost the.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. What are you doing?
He had to sell the letters.
What are you doing? So he's a sit, yeah, or is he a sit or a drop? Like so this is waiver wire. Is this somebody that you would drop? To pick up some of the people that we're gonna be talking about.
Maybe depends on who they are.
Okay.
Zach Ertz, maybe.
Okay, well, hang on. You're jumping. You're needle skipping. Okay, yeah. Jaylen Warren. Dude, you're not.
He looked good.
You're Najee Harris. All right.
Manager.
And it was basically it was a close 50-50 split. Okay, and so Warren he had one game where he outsnapped Harris last season. Okay, but it was the game that the Steelers lost 38-3. So you can see why they're doing what they're doing. All right, so you're right about Harris being a more successful runner. 43 yards, 10 carries, right? Compared to 20 yards on 6 carries for Warren. All right. Um, so what are you doing? What are you doing here? Do you have Harris, more successful runner? Warren is there. Uh, how are you approaching Najee? And what's your thoughts on Warren?
If I have Najee, I think I'd try to trade it for something like James Conner.
Do you think you can though? Because James Conner is producing. I mean, you're basically saying like, why would somebody want to trade James Conner for Najee Harris? Why would they want to do that?
Well, you'd have to wait till Najee has a really good game because you currently can't do it. But you could also do a package deal. You could do like a 2-for-1. The best that's I'm a big fan of the 2-for-1. If you can't do, I know you don't like it as much, but
No,
you've done.
it's. I'm sorry, dude, because when you do 2-for-1, you're forcing somebody to drop a player. All right, that's what you're forcing them
No,
to do.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
you
no.
are.
I don't.
You're bullying
No,
people.
I don't mean an actual 2-for-1. I mean, I get like your worst player and the guy that I want, and I give you two guys.
Explain that. Okay, that's great. That's a good move. That's how I do trades. All right.
That's what I was trying to. But that's a gentleman's 2-for-1.
Okay.
Because we both know that second guy, you're dropping him.
What?
So instead of making the other guy drop someone, you're just doing it for him.
Right. Well, yeah, because what you're doing is that immediately when somebody wants to trade for something, you're like, okay, why do they want to do that? What's the value in it? But like, if you see somebody that's just a shitball, like in this case, the trade I just recently did, Cam Akers, right? I'm a healthy scratch, didn't do shit the first week. At the time of the trade, that's all you knew, healthy scratch, right? And so you're like, fuck, I'm gonna drop this guy anyway. And like, oh, this guy wants to trade something I need, plus something good, and he wants my really, really good quarterback, but shit, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense, So yeah, that way you're actually having a conversation and you're making things happen. But if you just do 2-for-1, man, you're bullying people. But yeah, you're right. You can package them into something. He had he again, look for people that need running back. The J.K. Dobbins manager, the Chubb manager, if they weren't able to get Jerome Ford, I mean, so you go to people like that, so and that's where and then and construct something that would be helpful for both of you guys. The best trades are the ones that help both teams and that both teams feel a twinge. If you don't feel a twinge, you're not doing it.
That's what she said.
So Jaylen Warren, is he a pickup? Is he somebody that you would that you'd want?
Man, with how often everyone's getting injured, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but two of the starting running backs in the AFC North have had season-ending injuries in back-to-back weeks. Look, there's going to be moves that, right now might not seem like good moves, but there's a lot of luck going around. So, not to, say, I really hope this doesn't happen, but Najee could get a season-ending injury before you know it. Warren looks like a great fucking pickup. It could be stupid right now, but someone, just for whatever reason, they need a guy, they pick him up 2-3 weeks from now, Najee gets injured, they look like a genius. Yeah. I think more and more people are, because the NFL is making them play on shitty turf, we're seeing an uptick in injuries. So I think hoarding players, probably running backs, is going to be a good move these next few weeks.
All right. So according to Connor, handcuff season has come early.
Yes.
Yeah. One last thing before we move on. I want to say this to Elijah Moore managers. I know that everybody is not feeling good right now, but hold on to this, dude. I mentioned that Cleveland's probably going to start passing more. They have a running issue, or running back issues, I should say. And so, in other words, there's snaps that are open for running backs. Elijah Moore has been used as that, and so he's a gadget kind of guy, and that's what they start doing. That's what teams do. That's what they kind of lean towards whenever stuff happens like this. So I think Elijah Moore's value is the one that really kind of gone up. He's already sharing the same amount of targets with Amari Cooper, but now I think he's going to be even used more. So if you can go get Elijah Moore, dude, I would absolutely go after that. You know, would you trade a Mari Cooper for Elijah Moore, Connor?
Straight up.
Straight up.
Fuck no.
Okay. Okay, I would. No, so
would you trade? Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
No, yeah, like if I had a Mari Cooper, I'd want because I'm especially since Amari Cooper's already kind of got got a little groinish. Yeah, so I would definitely do that. Yeah. The Saints, Panthers, dude, Jamal Williams. What you dropped Jamal Williams. Okay, that's not like you, man. You were I mean he had that hamstring injury early in the second quarter. Okay.
I got him as a 3-week rental. What's the point of using a 3-week rental if it breaks down on you in the second week?
Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you.
That's all he was. That's all he was to me.
Okay.
Now he's just waiver trash.
Yeah.
I love him as a player, but for fantasy, he's waiver trash.
Yeah, you just dropped his ass. So it's okay.
I dropped his ass.
All right. Now, when they went into the game, with 2.5 running backs: Jamal Williams, Tony Jones Jr., and of course Voldemort, Taysom Hill. So whenever Jamal Williams went down, of course it was Tony Jones Jr. Man, just dancing away, man. Doing his thing, with Taysom Hill.
The classic Tony Jones thing.
Yeah,
that he's known for.
Yeah. I mean, he got a couple touchdowns. Did really good. If people started.
Well, I meant coming in when literally everyone else is injured, but yeah.
Yeah, but so let me ask. Okay, so next week, week 3, Kamara. It's the last week for Kamara suspension. Kendra Miller. Okay, the rookie running back that they were all excited about that just can't seem to stay healthy. He's good at recovering, but he's also good at getting hurt. So he's supposed to be coming back this week. Okay, the last report I saw is that he's a full go in today's practice. So
that's good.
So are we expecting Tony Jones Jr. to be like a spot start, or is it going to be a surprising Kendra Miller?
I think that it's going to be what we saw last week. Probably Tony Jones is going to be the running back to start if you're nasty. But I think that Voldemort, the real Voldemort, we came up with that nickname for fantasy, not the fantasy footballers.
Yeah, that is true.
But I think Voldemort, I think Voldemort's going to Voldemort, and I think he's going to do, like, I would start, like, Jerome Ford over Tony Jones. I've been thinking about it, I'm not psyched about this Saints offense. Like, think about it. They played the Titans and the Panthers, and they couldn't break, 20 points?
Mm-hmm.
It's pathetic. They were at home. The Saints couldn't break 20 points. They play in a fucking dome. Derek Carr is supposed to be great in domes and at home. He was in a home dome, and he could not muster. I mean, look, Olave didn't have a great game.
All right, I was gonna ask you about that.
He didn't have a great game.
Okay.
Thomas didn't have a great game. Everyone was just kind of cannibalizing each other, keeping anyone from actually being good for fantasy. They were all just mid.
Okay. So you think it's going to change, or you think that's the way it's going to be?
I think that's the way it's going to be, because after this, we're throwing another mouth in the pie. Kamara.
Yeah.
After this week.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. There was a lot of near misses. So a lot of stepping out of the bounds with with Olave.
Olave's
he
good.
He would have got that touchdown, but he had that one step out of bounds. So
Yeah, he had some other. He had like one target in the end zone that he like almost caught, and then someone like yeah. You remember that play? Like yeah.
So I think Olave's fine. I think he's.
Well, no, Olave's fine, but everyone else.
If I was betting on the running backs for next week, I think it's going to be Kendra Miller. I think it's going to be
spicy.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I think it is.
We have a line.
Yeah, if he's good, because dude, check it out, man. Kendra Miller was on the roster. He got hurt, so that's why he was not playing. Tony Jones Jr. got elevated from the practice squad. Okay, so.
No, I was being serious when I said it's bad when Tony Jones Jr. is in. Like,
Oh yeah, no.
they keep him around, and then kind of like the Ravens with Melvin Gordon.
Oh
when
yeah,
they really need him, they elevate him.
Yeah, so anyway, so that was that's why I'm thinking it's going to be Kendre Miller. So if you're watching the waiver show, let me just go ahead and just say it now that Kendre Miller is somebody that you should really be focusing on if you need a spot start for next week, because once Kamara comes back, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But I can just tell you that for week 3, I think it's going to be Kendre Miller. Switching over to the Panthers, dude, let me ask you something. Okay, let me just go ahead and put this one silly, in my opinion, silly controversy to bed. Okay, I'm not going to tell you the names of these 2 players. I'm just going to tell you stats, and you tell me which one you'd prefer to have. All right? 37 snaps, 18 routes runs, 4 targets. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, 22 snaps, 19 routes runs, 5 targets. Let's just stay like that. So 37, 18, 4, and then 22 snaps, 19, and 5. Right there. Just in that running back number 1 or number 2, which would you prefer?
Well, I think you showed your hand.
I did.
One of them's a running back.
I did. I was like, damn it, right when it came out. Damn it, because I was going to tell you. Okay, take that away. So
that makes me want to say 1. I'm not going to lie. I was going to go 2. But
okay, good. There. No. You said you're going to go 2. Then you add 14 carries to number 1, and then number 2 was no carry, or number 2 only 2 carries. All right.
You're talking about Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, but no, it worked. It still worked. Even though I kind of pissed the bed a little. Scored it a little premature. You still got
a little more than a squirt. It wasn't a puddle, but it was a piddle.
It was bad. But it still worked because you said you're going to go number 2, and that was my point. Now, if you look at 22, 19, and 5 as receiving only, you look at 37, 18, and 4, you're like, oh my gosh, number 2 is the better guy. But then you add 14 carries to the first one. It's obvious. Miles Sanders. So stop this mess.
Yeah, he has the workload.
Stop it.
It's only gonna me?
No, I'm just telling everybody stop it. I'm telling everybody stop this crap about Chuba Hubbard. And that Miles Sanders has a Chuba Hubbard problem. No. No. If anything, Miles Sanders has an ad agent problem. Okay, he's not putting his name out there enough, and Chuba Hubbard's agent's a little bit better at that. All right, no, Miles Sanders is fine. He's the one. Don't worry about it. You're good. Adam Thielen, he showed up. Okay, do 52 snaps, 36 route runs, 9 targets, led the team, 9 targets, caught a touchdown. I mean, dude, he looked good. What's your thoughts on Thielen?
Yeah, I mean, a week ago we were talking about how we thought I was talking about how I thought Hayden Hurst was what we thought Thielen would be, and then it turns out maybe Thielen is what we thought Hurst thought Thielen would be. We just keep. It's like Russian dolls.
No, this is faking the fake, man. That's what that is, dude. Listen to you, dude. No, you fake left. You fake right. No, you fake left. And bitch, you're faking the fake.
I guess old man Thielen's the guy, bro. He seemed like the security blanket, and I understand this might be kind of getting into the details too much, but the Panthers were on the road last game. Week 1, they were at home. So I think if you really want to talk about a security blanket, a big indicator of that is when someone's on the road. So the fact that he went to Thielen so much on the road, and didn't he throw to Thielen for both the touchdown and the 2-point completion at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Thielen's the guy.
All right.
Thielen's the guy.
He's the one. Not Mingo. Not Hurst.
I mean, if you're nasty, I would hold on to Mingo. Maybe Hurst is a backup tight end, but you're doing it with the hope that Thielen is old and he gets injured, which could happen.
Yeah.
But if you need someone to win now, Thielen's your guy. I would hold off on guys like Mingo. They're probably going to be on waivers for another week or 2.
Hurst, one thing about Hurst, make sure don't drop him because you're mad. Just take a look and see who you'd be dropping him for, because you saw what Hurst can do. Okay, so he's done it before. Okay, look to see if any of the other ones have done that, or if they have the potential to. Don't just raise drop just to raise. Let's move on to the news, man. Let's move on to the news.
All right. I have this queued up.
Yeah.
Good news! No news is good news! You ain't got any blues if you ain't got any news! Now you can have...
Yeah.
It's an art, dude. It's a skill to stop it before he goes into the second verse. All right, so Kareem Hunt.
I'm learning the ways.
Kareem Hunt visited the Browns. All right, so is this what's going on here, Connor? The doc Connor and I are on a text group together, and we were going back and forth. I know Ethan and I was.
We talked about this for like 2 hours. It felt like
it was a while. It was a while.
Not in a bad way. No, it was fun. It was interesting. Like, it was actually like we were all just kind of just talking it out. We had some differing opinions. I feel like me and the doc were a little more in line with each other's thought process.
Yep.
So I guess to summarize what we were both thinking, we thought that the addition of Hunt was not concerning to Ford. And the reason why the Browns were doing that is because it would be a lot cheaper than giving up draft capital to go after someone like Akers, who is probably, if anything, only maybe like a point of a percent better than Kareem Hunt. I mean, neither of them look good. So, there's that. Kareem Hunt already knows the system, so it's just easier. He's like their Tony Jones. He's like their Melvin Gordon. He's their booty call.
All right, and my thought was that, well, first of all, in learning the system, that doesn't really mean much on a running back. You just give the running back the ball, tell him to run. Case in point, Christian McCaffrey last year, he was traded to San Francisco. First game, he balled out. They just gave him the ball, pointed, and said, run. And that they run. I do agree with the idea of the whole like trading thing, right? Of the that you don't want to give up draft capital, especially since you're in a situation where Connor already laid down the barrel of the gun that the Browns are staring down, which is the end of the dream of Nick Chubb. Okay, even if he comes back, he's probably not going to be the same. So you might as well just go ahead. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then of course what's looking like a mistake of the pooper poker, so of grabbing him, so they're looks like they're gonna have to like hold on to as much assets as they can, unless they can get something that's really gonna make a difference, and I'm not sure if they'd even do that. But like Jonathan Taylor, maybe that might be somebody that they would empty the bank account for, but definitely not Akers. So in this the stage of the game. We don't know if Taylor's even ready to go. The video that I saw of him running, yeah, he looked great. Or his legs looked great, but he looked heavy. He didn't look like, he didn't look like he was ready to go play a whole football game. It's difficult whenever your body, you can't run and stuff. You put some lbs on. So he, but I don't know if he's ready to be in football shape yet. That's my point. But as far as like spending money to fill the hole, that seems like the most logical, if that's what Cleveland does. We'll see. I think you made the point that Cleveland don't make their best decisions, so you throw logic out the door. But my thing I was looking at was that Kareem Hunt, they had Kareem Hunt. Okay, it's like they want to bring him in to do the Kareem Hunt role. The Kareem Hunt role last year was mainly sit in the pine. That's what it mainly was. I mean, dude, he appeared in 17 games, so it wasn't like he was healthy scratch, but he was in 17 games, 123 snaps, 468 yards, 308 yards, okay, no 3.08, sorry, 3.08 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns, 1 fumble, 35 receptions, 17 games, everybody, 44 targets, 210 yards. 6 yards per catch.
You're talking about Kareem Hunt's last 17 games?
Yeah, I'm talking about last year. Last year, he played 17 games, and that's what he did. There was a falling out. There was a falling out between them. Dearness Johnson was playing before him, And guess who's in the pool? Dearness Johnson. They've already sacked Kareem Hunt once for Dearness Johnson. So I think they're going to bring him in. We see what he's got. Low ball his offer. And because Kareem Hunt's already been to 2 other places. He went to New Orleans and he went to Indianapolis. Okay, and both of them offered a contract. He didn't accept either. All right, is either because he didn't like the role, okay, which in Indianapolis he knew he was going to be the dude, or he didn't like the money. So those 2 little indicators are telling me that he's looking to be the guy, and he wants to get paid like the guy. Okay, like a 1-year rental of the dude. All right, because it's his last contract. He's an older dude. This is the last contract he's ever going to have. He wants it to be something strong. He doesn't want no prove-it deal. I mean, he doesn't even know if his body's going to be able to hold up for a year. All right, so he wants to get that, and I'm not sure he's going to get that from the Browns. So I'm thinking that him going there, it doesn't make sense, especially with Dearness Johnson. So that's just there. There was a comment saying about the paying more money, to get him to go, but I don't think they would pay him the more money. It'd be somebody else. But
hope it works out for you, Kareem Hunt.
But we'll see.
I've always thought you were cool.
We'll see. And also,
a real stand-up guy. And just,
yeah,
it's always kicking at the wind. Too soon.
It's so that's why I was saying that if Kareem Hunt signs with the Cleveland Browns, that's one thing I want to say is that if he signs with the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion, based on what I've seen and how he reacted to his previous visits and his previous negotiations, it might change now. I don't know, but based on what I've seen and what we've been exposed to, that if he signs to Cleveland, he's going to be the guy. He's going to get paid like the guy. All right, and that's why it's a problem to Ford. Okay, whenever you're looking for a guy like that, if you pick up Dearness Johnson, he might be okay. It might be cool. That might be a vote of confidence. All right, but when you're looking at like Leonard Fournette, you're looking at Kareem Hunt. These guys right here, these are ones that are going to want to be the dude. That's what they're used to doing, and that's what they want. So anyway, any more you want to say about that?
Nah.
Wide receiver, LA Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua broke a record on Sunday. 15 catches on Sunday were the most in a game by a rookie. His 25 total catches are the most by a rookie through 2 games in NFL history, and the most by any rookie in any 2-game span. Last to do it, Odell Beckham Jr. had 23 over 2 December games in 2014. So Puka Nacua, is he a thing, or is he just like it's a midnight special? Man, he's going to turn into a pumpkin here pretty soon.
As a Coop manager in 2 leagues, I really fucking hope so. But it doesn't look like it. Looks like he's the real deal. Looks like lightning does strike twice, and the Rams literally drafted the next Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, so if you got Puka Nacua, you probably have a starter, barring injury, Lord forbid. Saquon Barkley sprained his ankle in the waning minutes of his day. The MRI done on Monday revealed an ordinary sprain. Check this out, Connor. And head coach Brian Daboll has not ruled him out. Playing Thursday against the 49ers, man. He's trending that way. That's where he's trending. So, I mean, maybe it's not as bad as it was on Sunday. I mean, we'll talk about Matt Breida here in a little bit more, in a bit. But, dude, how are you taking this news? Is this just hopeful stuff? Is this coach speak, or could this really happen?
This is coach speak 101.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I would think that it would be a little Lance Armstrongy for him to come back on Thursday. Okay. So let's just say that he does miss Thursday. Do you think? I mean, based on it being an ordinary sprain, is it just going to be a 1-game miss? Do you think he'll be back in 2 weeks?
Yeah, because Saquon's trying to play for the bag, so he's gonna go on a shield, man.
Yeah. Plus, that's
the thought.
It's a mini bye. After Thursday, they get a little bit longer. It's like a mini bye week, so he's gonna be rest a little bit longer. So to start him tomorrow or Thursday against the 49ers is a bad idea. So, but again, we'll talk about Matt Breida soon. Detroit Lions signed Zonovan Bam Knight to the team's active roster. Yeah, he was signed to the practice squad back on August the 30th. David Montgomery, this is where this is all connected to. He He was carted to the locker room in the third quarter due to a thigh injury after twisting his leg while getting tackled. He didn't return to the game. There was talk earlier in the week there that Jahmyr Gibbs would see an increased role, which actually did happen. It did happen before the injury. Montgomery was the clear passing downs back last week with 80% of third down snaps and 100% of snaps during the 2-minute drill. Gibbs received the majority of the snaps in those. Gibbs caught 7 of 9 targets with 40.9 target rate in his passing opportunities. And once Montgomery left the game, Gibbs didn't see a significant increase in the role, though. Yeah, so it was Craig Reynolds, man, played 10 snaps and just basically took over the Montgomery role. Okay, so when you first hear this, you're like, okay, just that in a vacuum, like, oh, Craig Reynolds, go grab Craig Reynolds. David Montgomery's there, but no, with them signing Bam Knight, dude, is this messing up that whole backfield? Is it not clear now? Is it muddy? Is it going to be a 3-headed running back by committee, or is it is it Bam and Reynolds sharing the Montgomery role, and Gibbs is going to be fine? What are you thinking?
I don't want to. I don't want to try to play this shit stick, because I think if Craig was the man, they wouldn't have elevated Bam Knight, and I think that Gibbs is clearly the guy to have right now. If you have him, shout out the doc. I know you're super stoked to have Gibbs in both your leagues. And also, for Montgomery managers like me, I have him in my salary league. He's only supposed to be gone for 3 weeks. This isn't the end of the world. It's a thigh bruise. It's not like he got an ankle injury or a hamstring or a groin or a knee or even a shoulder injury or an oblique injury or something like that. He just got bruised. So that's fine. He just needs to heal up from it, and then he should be okay. Because he's still got a touchdown in that game, right?
Yeah, within the okay, so that's 3 weeks. So there's hope with Montgomery, so yeah, you're fine there. Don't sell him off. You'll be upset that you did. Or drop him. Yeah. So
don't drop him.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Yeah. If anything, hopefully you you'll just put him in your IR. If he chose to be out,
Yeah.
You'll be doing that dance where he goes like questionable to doubtful to out, and then then it repeats, doing that until he's fine. But in the meantime, okay, Bam Knight being on the roster, Craig Reynolds, Gibbs. So, do you think that Gibbs, he's going to get an increase in snaps, like people were thinking that with Montgomery out, or is it going to be like those 3 guys? It's going to be a timeshare thing, or like I said earlier, Bam Knight doing and Reynolds doing the Montgomery role, Gibbs just doing exactly what he was doing, no change. Status quo.
Well, I think it's interesting because if you look at what the Lions did before Dan Campbell, when they had Matt Patricia, they would just run their rookie running backs into the ground. I mean, remember Kerryon Johnson? He actually talked about the fact that was like a thing. Like they didn't care. Matt Patricia didn't care how injured they were. They had to play. It seems like Dan Campbell is the opposite of that. Not in like a toxic way, but he just seems to he doesn't want to just throw Gibbs in there right away. He seems to want to kind of ease his way into it.
Yeah,
I firmly believe that Gibbs will do enough to justify getting more work because he looks good. That line looks good. I like the Lions as a team. Montgomery, he looked not better than Gibbs, but he looked good enough to justify having a role and having the goal line work.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like that Bam Knight or Craig Reynolds are worth.
No, I don't care about.
Yeah.
That's
what I was drilling down to.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals, man. Joe Burrow re-aggravated, his calf injury late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's down. I don't think he's going to play this week.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. is this going to be like a lingering issue? I mean, like
Well, yeah, it's like I know he's ballsy, but it's like, you don't want to you don't want to make this a thing. I think it's best he just sit this one out.
would you think that it'd be best if they put him on IR? Okay, and then do the best that they can and let him fully heal up. Because it was 6 weeks ago that he got the injury, and now here we are. It was 6 weeks later, and he re-aggravated. And he didn't look good. We kind of gave him a pass because of the rain, but he didn't look good in week 1. Week 2,
where everyone's getting injured?
where's that?
Their legs.
Okay.
Because of the fucking turf, man.
Okay, that's fine.
This
dude.
shit's scary.
That's fine. Okay, I understand that, dude, and I agree with you, and you have facts, but we're talking fantasy here.
My overarching fantasy point is that I think guys that have lingering injuries might be a thing to avoid. So you might want to pivot from Burrow.
Yeah. I still think that Jamar Chase is going to be fine. If you're a Jamar Chase manager, I would not be worried. Burrow, yeah, I would hope that you would have something else that you can make sure. I'd say grab Matthew Stafford if you can, and put him on your bench. So in the event if they go all the way up to game time with Burrow, then you have somebody to put in there. So but yeah, it's not a good thing. It looks like it's going to be a linger thing. So hopefully, I'm wrong. Let me just say one thing before we move on from this, because I don't want to stay too long on news articles. We have a lot of stuff to still talk about. Dude, if it what? Listen to me, man. Okay, what's a strain? A strain is a tear of the muscle, right? Basically, it's a small tear. It's a mild tear. That's a strain.
Okay.
And depending on how bad that tear is how grade the strain is. But the word strain is just a nice way of saying you got a tear in the muscle. All right. If that guy has a tear in the muscle, why in the heck did they give him one of those Theraguns, those massaging guns, to just pound on that calf when he came off? It seems to me that's like the last thing you want to do if there's a tear down there, man. So I'm wondering if that's what did it. He was sore coming off, and they would have just compressed it, maybe put ice on it. He might have been good to go for next week, but they gave him a gun to here, let's just beat the hell out of that tear and see if that makes it feel better.
Yeah, no, massage guns are pretty popular. I know it probably sounds pretty crazy. I don't know. I mean, football players are all kind of masochists, so maybe they're just kind of numb to the pain.
I got you. Okay, and I love my massage gun. I love it. Changed my life. It's
awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out massage guns.
Yeah.
All of them. Sponsor us. All of you.
Let's just go real fast on through these. Miami wide receiver Jalen Waddle's in the league 5-step concussion protocol, but on Monday, the head coach Mike McDaniel said that he was progressing through the concussion protocol well, so keep an eye on that. Another member of the concussed, Indy's Colt quarterback Richardson. He was having a monster day. It was amazing. 10 pass attempts, 56 yards.
And then he got injured.
Yeah, but his type of style of play, it invites hits.
It invites people to hit him.
Yeah, okay, so they're obviously
He really does play like Marshawn Lynch. Maybe that's his favorite player.
Well, yeah. Well, but the thing is that he's so he needs to eat more Skittles. Problem. More Skittles, dude. More Skittles.
Needs to eat more Skittles and drink Hennessy before every game.
There you go. But they're obviously going to tell him to stop taking those hits. All right. So if he stops doing that, is he going to be like this monster guy that everybody was bemoaning that they didn't draft?
I think he's gonna keep getting injured.
Okay.
I'm not liking the way things are going. I feel like I was right when I said, he's not gonna do good.
Okay. I'm on the wait and see. Let's see, because if he slides, I think he still will be fine because he's he's athletic enough to gain enough yards where he doesn't have to take on that hit. He just got to reprogram his mind and realize that these are grown men he's going against and not college kids and not high school kids like he's used to, that he can he can either get them off balance with a juke move and then knock them down if they're bigger than him, or if they're not bigger than him, just bowl them over. Well, both the people he's going against are athletic, smart, and big. Okay, so slide, man. It's all right. Ravens wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. left some game with an ankle injury, but reportedly he's not going to time, so nothing there. Buccaneers running back Chase Edmonds sustained a grade 2 MCL sprain on his knee and will be out 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the waiver wire. Okay, yes.
I have Rashad White. Yay.
Rashad White, yeah, that was good though. Rashad White had a good.
I'm sorry, I was just piggybacking on the Chase Edmonds.
Well, no, he had a bounce back, so that Sean Tucker talk, kind of lost some steam a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about these guys. All right, so I have some guys. I know that you have some guys, Connor. So what we're gonna do, we'll go quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end. If we can either do it where I just go and present them, and then we talk about it, or if you want to go back and forth, it's up to you. But I'll
go for it.
Okay, all right.
You're feeling the thunder.
All right. So let's start with quarterback Jordan Love. He's always in this spot. He completed 14 of 25 pass attempts for 151 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, he's not even the top 20 in passing yards this season, but is tied for the league lead and passing touchdowns, which is 6. Still hasn't played with his top wide receiver Christian Watson yet. Okay, and Romeo Doubs is coming back. Okay, from his injury, second receiver, the guy he was looking like he was gelling with. But there's also Jalen Reed. We'll talk more about him in a little bit. Past week, Love was without running back Aaron Jones, left tackle David Bakhtiari, excuse me. And for most of the game, left guard Elton Jenkins. Elton Jenkins, all former Pro Bowlers, man, on his line. Okay. So this is how he performed. He did really well. 14 of 25 passes, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns, without all that. So if you're not biased against him like you are, so put on your professional fantasy football analyst hat. Jordan Love.
I think it's already on.
Is Jordan Love on the top of the list for you?
You played the Falcons, right?
He did, which is they're not bad, dude.
They're not bad. No, I mean, I might have to eat crow on him. I really hope I won't, because I'd rather see him do bad in the future. But he's definitely impressive. I mean, the yards aren't anything to be impressed by, but the touchdowns definitely are good.
Okay.
And he did it without Aaron Jones, which is impressive.
Yeah. And without AJ Dillon, like, not doing anything. That guy's fallen off. Is he droppable, AJ Dillon?
I don't know.
Right? Exactly. That's what stinks about it. I don't know. That's why I traded Damian Pierce, because I don't know. I don't know what to do with this dude. So get this thing off my roster. Let me see if I can get something better. Yeah, see, package him in. Find a Green Bay Packer fan, or the Aaron Jones fan, manager. Try to push him off there. So let me ask you, dude. Let me just real quick. Let me make this a little bit more succinct. Okay, I'm gonna name some names. You tell me if you think these are guys you should pick up. Then we'll go back and adjust. Okay, so this is just a shotgun of names. Okay, so we'll start with Jordan Love. I think we said yes. Sam Howell.
Nah.
Okay, Derek Carr.
Nah.
Kenny Pickett.
Maybe.
Okay, and C.J. Stroud.
You know what? Maybe Stroud didn't look too bad, man. Stroud didn't look. The situation can only get better.
Well, 30 of 47 passes for 384 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay, but I must complete that sentence against the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, so the sentence must be completed. Okay.
But you love that. You love the 47 attempts.
Yeah. He's going to play it.
Second game, rookie. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Stroud is on there. So number them. Stroud, Pickett, Love. Put them in order. And number one.
Stroud, Love, Pickett.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I like that too.
I'm mad that I didn't get Nico Collins. I was in on him, and then you discouraged me against him. I should have trusted my gut.
Well, dude.
Should I trust him? If I trusted my gut, I would have Nico Collins in all my leagues right now, and I'd be awesome.
I'm just telling you what I saw. And what I saw at the training camp and what I saw in every preseason game, Butterknife, brother, he was spreading that around, and he did. You know, he sent Tank Dell. We'll be talking about him in a little bit. You know, so Tank Dell got some love. Robert Woods got some love. You know, so
he did.
So he did spread it around. So he'd have to go against a defense that's like this, the Colts, for all three of them to thrive. And apparently, what I'm seeing here is target the Colts. Target the Colts defense with your quarterbacks and your wide receivers. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm streaming the Ravens against them.
Well, there you go. Well, okay. I don't know about that. I know that the
No, I'm trusting my gut on this one.
Oh, I wouldn't. That because you can pass against them, but you go for it, brother. You do you. But I'm telling you, that secondary of the Ravens isn't that good. It forces you to pass. They're going to be behind. Yeah, smells bad.
Yeah, but the Colts defense is terrible, so the Ravens are just going to score major points on them. Zay Flowers is going to go off.
Zay Flowers? Oh, that would be nice.
Zay Flowers is going to go off. Mark Andrews is probably going to get a couple touchdowns, probably 2 at least.
Yeah.
Easy.
Know your room, everybody. By the way, because I'm heavily invested in Zay Flowers. So that's why you said that. So he was, and what that means?
It works.
It did.
Now you agree with me.
It did.
Yeah.
See, know your room.
And
know your room.
Yeah.
But no, I still think it's. I wouldn't do it. Yeah. But you're gonna be fine. It's not. They're not gonna kill you. They're not gonna go into negative points. But I'm not looking at like the Cowboys, versus the Jets. Jerome Ford. Let's move on to running back. Jerome Ford. Let's talk about Jerome Ford. Okay.
Me and the doc picked him up each a couple seconds. I was literally looking at who to drop to pick him up and Sam when he did that.
Yeah, that was.
So I had to run to freedom to do it.
That was crazy. I mean, it happened like at the same time. Like
it was a good pickup. Yeah, it was a good pickup.
Yeah, I'm of the feeling that again we talked about it earlier when we talked about Kareem Hunt. That was a little bit of a shade into Jerome Ford. He looked good. All right, he took over as the primary running back. He ran the ball 16 times for 106 yards, caught 3 passes for 25 yards and a touchdown. His backup was former Patriot, Pierre Strong Jr. He played in short yardage situations, short yardage snaps. Okay, but it has to be said that the short yardage snap that was done was after Ford ran 69 yards. They usually take them out whenever they do that. So we'll see how that goes. They brought in Hunt, so we'll just see. I mean, it's definitely like in this situation, like it's like you're taking shots on things. You just don't know what's going to stick. I think that's a good pickup. I would put him on the top of the list of all the guys that we're about to go through. I know the list, Connor doesn't, but I think Connor would agree with me on that.
100%.
Yeah, but I would just say that
I already know.
I just think there's a time limit. I don't think he's like Kyron Williams, which you got a running back that barring injury, Lord forbid, that that he's going to do well. Jerome Ford, I think that the Browns are a work in progress and that they don't know exactly what they're going to do right now. They're confused. They're like, because they had a big game plan around Chubb, and that's gone now. Jerome Ford's good, but he's not Chubb. So they can't do that. They have Watson that we've already talked about that is not doing as well as he should be. He's the reason why they lost, by the way. His lost fumble because he should have thrown it away, not try to be a hero. So that's what they're looking at. So that's what they're trying to handle. Okay, and so that's what I'm looking at. I'm thinking Jerome Ford's going to be good for at least. Here's the thing. All right, is that this is like exactly why I drafted Raheem Mostert. Okay, there's a feeling that whenever Jeff Wilson, if that Jeff Wilson is going to be coming back, there's been no indication that he is. Okay, anytime soon, anyway. But Raheem Mostert's kind of has a little bit of a lifespan, right? Of shelf life. All right. Doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. If you have somebody that's going to be able to play and play well for you the next week, grab him. That's what it's all about. If somebody comes in and it's not what you think it is, then throw him away. It's okay. You're not giving up much, dude. This is off the waiver wire. Jerome Ford's a great pickup. I like that. Zach Moss, he was the be all end all for the Colts. Is Taylor coming back ever playing for the Colts?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Okay, I think that he's coming back. I just don't think he's coming back he's going to play for the Colts, because how can you? Why would he put his body, on the line for that jackass? Okay, why would you do that? I don't like insulting people. That's not the way I am, but I'm sorry, dude. Irsay's a jackass. Okay, he jackassed this thing all up, dude. Donkey. That's what I mean. Donkeyed it all up. Colts. He took the Colts meaning way too much. He's like, I'm a Colt for life. Let me donkey this situation up. Yeah. So,
jackass.
Yeah, exactly. Jackass. Yeah.
Jackass.
So, because of that, Zach Moss looks like he's going to be the main back, for the team. So, if you got somebody that's going to be a workhorse, no matter what the situation is, or I should say no matter what the situation is. Let me classify that. If the line is at least average, then that's a must start situation in my opinion. The situation like with Dameon Pierce and the Texans, that was atrocious. So that's just hard. You can't start Dameon Pierce. In my opinion.
No.
Yeah. Moss, dude. Moss, is that somebody you would want to pick up?
Yeah, I think Moss was also a good pickup. I think that's definitely someone you want to have. He's probably going to be the guy for the year, like you said.
Yeah. How about Justice Hill or Gus Edwards or Melvin Gordon? Are you just staying away from that Ravens backfield?
Yeah, I'm staying away from that backfield.
Yeah. If you had to choose one, who would you choose? If you had to choose one.
Justice Hill.
Yeah,
still.
I think is Jaylen Warren worth a pickup?
Yeah, because of the injuries.
Okay. All right.
It's just him and Najee.
Okay.
And he looks great when he's out there.
Jaylen Warren, or if you had a choice between Jaylen Warren or Zach Moss?
Zach Moss.
Jaylen Warren or Ford?
Ford.
Jaylen Warren, Justice Hill.
Warren. He has more upside.
Okay. Rashawn Johnson, is that Craig Reynolds? Well, I think we already talked about Craig Reynolds. Don't look at that. And
depending on how much depth I have, I'm interested in Roshan. I'm interested in A-Chain, and I'm interested in Warren. All those guys, I'm interested just because of injuries alone. You could be down, you could be 0-2. You need depth. Target those guys. They could be something.
Rashawn Johnson, would he fit that bill too?
Yeah, what if Khalil Herbert gets injured? Roshan is kind of the guy then.
Okay.
He's already doing good.
So that's the handcuff situation. Let's talk about Matt Breida. Okay, Saquon's going to be out at least Thursday. You might just get a 1 week rental. All right.
Yeah, against the Niners.
Yeah. What's your feelings?
No.
Okay. Okay, that dude. I mean, you can't say much more. You can't say much more. Backup running back, the suspect line. Okay, with an offense that still hasn't really sold me yet because they did well against the Arizona Cardinals and they had to come back on the
garbage
Cardinals.
Time.
Yeah, correct. So they haven't really sold me, and they're going against one of the strongest and most stout defenses in prime time on Thursday night. Short week of rest. He's going to have a short time to be the guy in the running back situations or running back situation. So
the Niners are a team you throw against, not run against.
Okay. In the are you interested at all, Sean Tucker, Tyjae Spears at all?
I mean, I'm not really interested in Sean Tucker. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess just for a stash, just due to the argument I made earlier, I guess like you have to let it ride and say he could be something if you want to stash him.
Ty Spears would be the one out of those that I like. He just shows that he's actually starting to take over more snaps. All right, and he's been the clear passing down back for Tennessee. And the way that Tennessee's playing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's one that I really like. So if you're gonna put your top three handcuffs, okay, let me just make it easy for you. Let me give you the list. So let's say Spears, let's say Roshan Johnson, Jalen Warren, and I think that's it. Yeah, right. It would be Jalen Warren, Roshan Johnson, and Spears. Okay, because you're not really that much into Sean Tucker. So those three, rate them.
I would do Warren, then I would do the Titans guy, and then I would do the Bucks guy.
The Bucks guy is Tucker. You don't like that.
Oh, who's the no, I would okay. I'm sorry, swap the Titans guy and Roshan.
So you would do Jalen, Roshan, then Spears?
Yep.
All right. Fair. Cool.
Just because Spears has the Yeti, he still has him to compete with. It's like I'm gonna knock him down for that.
Okay, and just to review, it's Jerome Ford's number 1, Zach Moss 2,
yes,
and then the handcuffs. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and move on to wide receiver. I'm just going to name some names. You tell me if yes, and then we'll just come back to them. Tank Dell.
Cool.
Tank Dell.
Yeah. I mean, stash him. You know.
Okay.
You
no, just
see,
okay. Hang on. Just say yes. Just say yes, and we'll come back to
yes.
him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Jalen Reed. Jaden Reed.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. The Green Bay Packers rookie. Yeah, he balled out.
Yeah. Sure.
Josh Reynolds.
Yes.
Romeo Dobbs.
Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney.
No.
Jonathan Mingo.
No.
Rashad Bateman.
No.
Marvin Mims.
No.
And Rashid Shaheed. How do you feel about Rashid Shaheed? You have him.
Mid.
Niet. Okay, it was a
mid.
That was a
Mims was the Bronco guy that caught like 3 passes for over 100 yards, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's right.
He had like and he caught the Hail Mary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy game.
Okay. So okay. Let's just go and pull him up here. So Tank Dell. Okay. He became an every down player because of Noah Brown going on IR. Okay. So he's somebody that doesn't look like he's going to be a flash. Tutu Atwell. Yeah. Third year player.
He might be the new Robert Woods.
Yeah, well, until Cooper Kupp comes back. Yeah.
No, baby, we're going 3 wide receiver sets like the Golden Age Rams. We have it.
Yeah.
I'm buying into the Rams hype right now. It's going to be awesome.
Okay. All right. Between the two Packer wide receivers, Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, how do you feel?
I would go with Dobbs.
Yeah, so would I. Yeah, there was an all through off season it showed that they had a connection. They looked like they were connected, and Dobbs I think is going to be the one that's going to be able to thrive with Christian Watson coming back taking target. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and put them in number Tank Dell, Tutu Atwell, Romeo Dobbs, and I think that was the only one that you said. Yeah. Or did you say Marvin Mims?
Nah.
Okay.
Tutu, Tank, Dobbs,
and
that's it, right?
Well, and then Jaden Reed.
And then Jaden Reed.
Yeah. What about Josh Reynolds?
Put him above of Tank and behind Tutu.
Okay. Well, of course. What? Okay, so above Tank, behind Tutu, but Tank was at the top. No, Tutu was at the top. So Tutu.
Yeah.
Tutu Atwell, Josh Reynolds, Tank Dell, Romeo Dobbs, and then Reed. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I agree. I agree with that. Just to give one sentence thing. Reynolds followed up an 80-yard performance in week 1 with a 2-touchdown game in week 2. All right,
He
so
needs to stop doing that. It's not cool.
yeah, yeah. The problem with him is that you just don't know. Like St. Brown didn't have Amon-Ra didn't have his like normal explosion game. So you don't. I mean, it just seems like that you might get goosed on him. It just feels like it. He hasn't done it yet. It just feels that way. Maybe just because we're all the old players are used to seeing Josh Reynolds and getting excited about Josh Reynolds and getting burned by Josh Reynolds. Same thing with Tutu Atwell. We've all gotten burned by Tutu Atwell too, so it's difficult. It's a new year, new way of thinking. So Josh Reynolds first, Tank Dell, right, and then Tutu. No, Josh Reynolds,
Tutu,
Tank Dell,
Josh Reynolds, Tank Dell.
There we go. All right, and then Romeo Dobbs. All right, okay, cool. Hopefully that wasn't confusing as it was for me. Okay. All right. Tight ends. Talk tight end. Just we'll do the same thing. Yes or no. Sam.
Zach Ertz.
Okay. Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Chig Okonkwo.
No.
Luke Musgrave from the Packers, rookie.
No.
Hunter Henry from the Patriots.
Yes.
Cade Otton from the Buccaneers.
No.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and let's talk. So you obviously have Zach Ertz. He remained a big part of the Cardinals offense.
I have him, but I'm not going to rank him. I'm going to rank Hunter Henry first, obviously. He's the powerful one. And we're going to have Zach Ertz at number 2. And then, no, you know what? Sam Laporta at number 2, Zach Ertz at number 3.
Okay. Hunter Henry, just to give just a real quick explanation on what he's saying, why he's saying this. He put together a back-to-back 50-plus yard receiving games and has scored touchdowns in each game. And then you have, which is exactly what you want from a tight end. Then you have Sam Laporta, which he put together a second solid game for Detroit, catching 5 yards for 63 yards, 5 passes for 63 yards. Excuse me. He has caught 10
catches.
He has caught 10 passes for 102 receiving yards this season. Okay, so those are top 5 marks at the position. So, and he's a rookie. Zach Ertz, yeah, a big part of the offense. Yeah, he was. He leads the team in receptions with 6 and receiving yards with 56. His 12 receptions this season are the second most among tight ends, and his 77 receiving yards ranked 6th at the position. So yeah, man. So I can't argue against it. Yeah, all the ones you said no to are ones that I would say no to also. Luke Musgrave.
I have an honorable mention.
Yeah, who's that?
Dalton Kincaid.
Okay, all right. Homer. Dope. Okay. Yeah. So why? Go ahead. You brought it up. So
because he's looking good and he's getting looks in the red zone, and I know that Knox is getting them too, but he has butterfingers compared to Kincaid. Kincaid is better. He just is. And he's going to keep showing it.
Oh, Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dalton Kincaid.
Okay, yeah.
You thought I was talking about Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, that's why I said Homer. I was like, what?
Nah, fuck that guy. No, Dalton Kincaid, Bills.
Okay. I was wanting to see if I can look up his snap count real quick so we can, because that is where the meat of everything is. Okay, when you're looking at all these players that pop, you look at snap count, you look at usage, because just because they're able to run like a like get one good fly in there or something like that, one good pass, one good touchdown, you can't get too excited about it because you just got to see how their usage is before you get too excited and you drop something that you shouldn't have dropped. So let me see if I had. I don't think I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. I'm really wanting to.
Dalton Kincaid snaps.
Yeah. Well, I'm. Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay.
Here we go.
So, out of a possible 74 snaps, Dawson Knox had 55. Dalton Kincaid had 46. Knox ran 25 routes. Kincaid ran 22. Knox got 6 targets. Kincaid got 5. and Knox had a touchdown. So
Kincaid also had a red zone target.
yeah, he should have caught it. Yeah, yeah.
It was a bad throw.
It was tough though. It was a tough game. So
it was double coverage too.
So,
but that's a very positive sign that Allen's willing to throw that to him. That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, we were talking about how I was going to take Dalton Kincaid time. He's already pretty much got an even split with him, which is huge. That's above schedule, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so now you always got to make room. You always got to make room for that roster to drop people. So that real quick, I'm not going to go into detail unless you really want to. I would really just kind of want to shotgun this. We're already kind of long. That's
what she said.
Just tell me if these are people that you would cut to pick up any of the people we talked about, depending on need of your team. Actually cross positional wise. This running back, would you drop them for what all the running backs we talked about, wide receiver, tight end, on down the line? Ezekiel Elliott.
No.
Okay. Deontay Foreman.
Oh, you mean when I drop these guys? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're saying keep.
Yeah.
You're saying to keep Ezekiel Elliott.
Drop their asses.
Okay.
Drop their asses.
For everybody that we talked about. Yeah. On the pick. Okay. Deontay Foreman.
Yeah.
Wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah. Juju is doo-doo.
Wide receiver Rondell Moore.
Yes.
Tight end Gerald Everett.
Yes.
Running back Damian Pierce.
No. Fuck no.
Running back Kenneth Gainwell.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. George Kittle, tight end.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Trying to see if there's any more. What about? No. Yeah. Cole Kmet.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And then tell me, sell or hold on these guys. Raheem Mostert.
Hold.
Tyler Algier.
Sell.
Christian Kirk.
Hold.
Stephon Diggs.
Sell. To me.
Okay. All right. And then Jerry Jeudy.
I don't shoot yourself. I don't know. I don't feel like there's a help.
So hold.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
Hold. No woman, no cry.
Okay. All right. Good enough. All right. So let's just go ahead real quick and see. And like, I know that we have a whole nother segment. And you're like, oh my gosh, we've gone real long. They got another segment. It's Shooter Cease Fire. Okay. Or just shoot. You basically start or sit. Yeah. I think we're going to go back to that. So we have to explain every time. Start or sit for Thursday night. The Giants in New York will be Californicating when they visit the San Francisco 49ers. This is an easy one. It's going to go fast. We'll probably be done in about 3 minutes. Okay, right now...
That's what she said.
Right now, the sportsline.com have the over-under as 45 points, with the 49ers favored by 10.5 points. Forecast of no rain, 56 degrees, 11 mile an hour. It's just a beautiful night to play football. Are you starting anybody on the Giants?
Probably Daniel Jones, Darren Waller. That's it.
Yeah, I was expecting you not to say Darren Waller. I had a case already ready for him. So let me just go and run out.
Well, booyah! Yeah,
let me just go run out the stats since you already had it ready. Since you already said go, but this was going to be my case. He played 89.7% of offensive snaps, which was the most for him since mid-2021, before he started missing games due to injury. And his 76 receiving yards were the most by a tight end in a game this season with his 8 targets. Yes, you want that guy.
Yeah, dude, I knew all of those exact things. That's why I said that.
Yeah, so those are the only guys that you would start. Okay, so the other ones sit. So again,
yep.
So let's go ahead and make it easy the other way around. The reverse is true for San Francisco. Who would you not start of the major offense weapons and the defense or kicker? Who would you not start
Oh, dude, I'm definitely starting the kicker. I have him in 2 weeks. I dropped the Dolphins kicker, and I'm already pivoting to him. He's been great. I would start him. I would start the defense. I would start Brock Purdy. I would start Debo. Of course, you're fucking starting McCaffrey. I would not start Elijah Mitchell. And, Ayuk is a game time decision, but I would start him if he says he's going to play.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, you target
the
Giants with your offensive weapon. Yeah. And with your
and you just play the Niners. The Niners look like a good offense.
See, I told you. That one was easy. All right? That was literally just like, no.
Hell yeah, dude.
The only hard decision was Daniel Jones and Waller, and so if let me ask you, if you have Daniel Jones and you have Joe Burrow, okay, not knowing if Joe Burrow is going to play, would you start Daniel Jones?
Yeah, I would start Daniel Jones over Joe Burrow.
Daniel Jones.
Oh, no, I would not. Over San Fran?
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay. So you hold and pray. Okay. All right. Hold and pray.
Yeah, I would start Stafford over Daniel Jones this week.
Okay. There you go. And so if you're in that situation, try to see if you can have an extra roster spot. Try to see if you can get Stafford.
Or you can, maybe there's like a really cool guy in your league who has Russell Wilson.
I'm glad we talked about him. Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Stay away, in my opinion. Stay away. He played terrible. The only reason why he has the scores he had because he had 2 long bombs. One was the Hail Mary. The other one was I think a 69-yard pass touchdown
nice.
to Mims. Everything else was garbage. He looked terrible. He looked awful. He's not somebody that I would put over any of the people that we talked about. So thank you for mentioning. yeah, dude. Because I'm telling you, as a friend, I had Russell Wilson. So as a friend, okay, seriously, I'm the amigo. Don't do it to yourself. Yeah, stay away from Russell Wilson. Stay away from him. Yeah, until he proves you 5 times. Okay, 5 times. Because that's how long it took me to sit him. I believed in him 5 times, and he's. All right, so.
Well, I'm not starting him over Josh Allen.
No.
He's just on the bench.
Yep. But if somebody wants to trade for it.
That's what he's there for.
Yeah. Darius Toney for Russell Wilson. All right, okay. All right, that's it. We'll end the show. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We hope that you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed the content that we've given you, please make sure and hit the like and the subscribe button. Let us know that you're liking the show. Click the bell. We do all types of different extra stuff. Connor puts out his over and under for every game each week, and he does a separate video for that. And you're not going to get that if you don't click the bell. So make sure you do that. That's really cool. Yeah, I saw the one you did last time. It looks neat. I don't know, man. It's so simple, but
I got so many of mine wrong. I think I got only 2 of the games right this week.
So there you go. So just watch that, do the exact opposite, and you'll be a millionaire. Okay.
No, but I did really good week 1. That's why I'm frustrated.
I'm trying to bad 50-50. Then hey,
I'm trying to get it together.
Stay tuned. Then see what week 3 brings. See what happens. See what happens. Which one was the fluke? Last week or the week before? We'll find out. Yeah.
And then it's gonna always be the one that the majority rules.
Yeah. Okay. And you'll never know, though, until you click that bell, so make sure and do that. And want to make sure and thank High Volume Music Radio. Yeah, supporter of the show. Check out Connor's book, You Know Too Much. It's on Amazon. And also, every Thursday, Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian, 4 to 6, all only on High Volume Music Radio. So make sure and check that out. Yeah, have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. Yeah, enjoyed this show. You'd really enjoy that. So on behalf of Connor, they got Marshall and me, your humble host, Brian Hugo Baldwin. Want to thank you for watching. Hope that this year's even better year than the last. Parting shots, Connor.
Apparently, I'm famous for saying that you don't want to overreact to the first 2 weeks of fantasy football. So, guys, don't blow up your whole fucking team just because you're 0-2. I'm 0-2. And you know what else? I have 2 of championships. So I'm not going to freak out. I'm just going to, take a couple deep breaths and just trust your gut. Let your guys play. You can lose your first 4 games and still win a championship. Do not just blow everything up because you're 0-2. See what happens in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I have I started off 0-3 when I got this. So yeah, there's nothing. He's right about that. But the thing is that you need if you are 0-2, okay, and you didn't run into a buzzsaw, okay, like if you didn't play against Kirk Cousins or Justin Jefferson or like I played in one of my leagues. I played against Kirk Cousins, we have extra bonuses in that one. So he had 77 points. That's a hard hill to climb. And then the other one, I went against Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson. Okay, so they had incredible weeks. So unless you run into buzzsaws, make sure and check your team. Make sure to make some changes. That if you're 0-2, yes, you have 4. Okay, yes, you have 4. Like Connor said, it's not wrong. If you have 4 losses, then yes, you can go ahead and you'd still be able to make it into the playoffs, but you have to have like the rest win, right? So 0-2 to me, I'm 0-2 in one league, and I went ahead and made a trade to help improve my team. I gave up something that I liked because I was like, man, I'm 0-2. I need a quarterback because I have Burrows and Richardson in that, and I was like, man, I'm going to play brave. I need to be brave. I need to make a change. Last year, my brother was in the same exact spot. He traded Joe Mixon to get Joe Burrow, and that pulled him out. And I think he even went to the playoffs. But point is, it pulled him out. It was a piece of the pie to pull him out of the spot. So that's what I was thinking about. That was my inspiration. So be bold to make changes. All right. If there's people that you like that you believe in, you don't have time. You don't have time to like believe in. Like if you have Charbonnet on your roster, but you don't want to pick up Jerome Ford because Charbonnet might be a thing. Drop Charbonnet. Okay, pick up something that's going to help you win now. Something that you need to win because you do. It's not a death knell, but you're in win now mode. I'm in 0-2 in one league, and that's exactly how I'm approaching. So yeah, don't freak out. Don't do anything stupid like Connor said, but you're definitely in a win now mode. So that was actually my thing was to be brave and to make trades and don't be afraid to give up something if it's going to make your team better. If you're going to enjoy looking at your team better, be afraid. All right, so Connor, last line, help me out with it, man. Remember, everyone, fantasy football as in life.
Don't dream it,
be it. Yeah. How'd you like that, man? I piggybacked right off you, dude. Like it was almost like simpatico. Sharing a brain.
Simpatico.